Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to teach you today. We're going to do a sunrise Pilates flow, and I had lots of lovely requests from you for what you want to see on this channel, so I will gradually make my way through them. But remember, we have loads of routines over on my virtual studio, so go and check it out. But let's get straight into this lovely flowing practice today. Okay, so just remember, take everything at your own pace and level, listen to your body, and if you're working with any injuries or any aches and pains, then just make sure you're not aggravating those, just rest whenever you need to. So let's begin today at the front of our mats. So come into stand with your feet hip distance apart and parallel. Lifting and lengthening tall through the spine, allowing your shoulders to melt away from your ears. We're going to start with a few roll downs. So feel the tailbone anchoring towards the heels as you stretch the head, the neck, the spine, gently rolling down over those legs. Take an inhale, hang in those arms, releasing the neck. And then as you exhale, let's start to rebuild. Again, that heavy tailbone anchoring, rolling up to the top of the head, taking an inhale. And again, exhale. So just start to check in with how you're feeling today. How the back is feeling, how the hamstrings are feeling. How is your mind? Is it busy, overthinking, rushing around? Just try to center yourself, calm everything down right here, right now. Let's stay over the legs on this next one, and we'll maybe rest the fingertips to the floor or onto the ankles or the legs, and just start to bend and straighten the knees. Breathing in as you bend evenly, breathing out as you stretch into the legs. Breathing in, breathing out. So when you bend the knees, make sure the knees are tracking over the kind of second toe, third toe, so the knees aren't knocking in towards each other or rolling out. And then just keep the knees bent as you stay there a little bit longer. And then imagine you're going to sit down into a stool as you start to straighten your back and lengthen out. So you find this squat position, feel the thighs powering up and engaging, and then re-round back over as you straighten the legs. We'll do that 2 more times. So bend the knees, then bend the knees deeper as if you're going to sit back into a stool. Lift the arms up as you stretch your back out into a long squat. Round back over as you stretch the legs. We've got that 1 more time. Track the knees over the toes as you sit the bottom back. Reach through the fingertips as you find that squat. And then re-round over. We're going to walk the feet back into a downward facing dog, opening up the hamstrings a little bit more, widening the shoulders, and then bend the knees just slightly and send the bottom high to the sky, stretching out through the legs as you keep that extension through your back. Start to walk through the feet, one heel presses down, maybe feeling it into the calf, and then change. And change. Let's start to connect to our breath, a little bit more conscious. Filling up the lungs, filling up the rib cage, the diaphragm, allowing the belly to rise and fall. As you mobilize the ankles, the knees. Good, lifting both heels up and then melt both heels down towards the floor. From here, send the right foot all the way out and back behind you. Feel a connection between your inner thighs. Bend the knee and softly reach through the toes. We're going to take 5 hip circles here. 5, warming up that hip. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, reverse. So try and square the shoulders and just isolate that circle. 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous. Stretch the leg back out long. Can you reach the toes further away? And then float the foot down. Good. From here, bring the knees down towards the mat and just take a nice child's pose. Release off the arms. Come back forwards onto your all fours. Lead with your hips as you come into a little press up, pushing away. That's just a dog outside, and then my dog Lenny just saying hello. We're gonna keep going. Oh, Len, it's okay. We're gonna do a little press up here, and we're gonna go back. Good, so we're just rocking through the hips, warming up the upper body. Good. Last two. So you lead with the hips down. So you're in that nice long plank as you come back. Last one. Let's tuck the toes back under. Find that downward facing dog again. Melt the heels down as your left leg reaches up this time. Reach through the toes. Bend the knee and start to circle for 5, for 4, for 3. Mobilizing that hip, 2, and 1. Reverse, just the leg circling, nothing else. Try and stabilize the body. 3, 2, waking up the whole body here, and 1. Reach the leg high. Can you lift it a little bit? Reach it back, and then float the foot down. Good, bring the knees back down to the mat, and again, just rest back into your child's pose. Soft arms and head and neck. Good. Excellent, and then just come onto your forearms here. Finding a nice long spine. We're going to see if we can just bring the right hand behind the head. So you're going to press down through the left forearm. Right hand, or not behind the head, even just fingertips to the ear is fine. From here, you're just going to open towards that right side into a thoracic rotation, and then come back to center. Open towards that right side, chest shines towards the right. And back, stabilizing through the shoulders one more time. Open to that side. And back. Nice, place that right hand down. So, thoracic rotation here, you might feel a little bit restricted. Let's bring the left hand fingertips to the side of the head. Level everything up as we open to that side. Can feel quite tight in this area. And then back. Just 2 more. Look into that side, follow with your eyes, and back. Last one. Well done. And back. Bring that forearm all the way back down. Good, from there we're just gonna walk the knees back and find this kind of modified low plank position. Just feeling a sense of lift through the midline. We're just holding to build a little bit of stamina, to wake up that whole body for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the feet back, lower the hips, find a sphinx, and then rest all the way down onto your tummy. Good, let's have the hands underneath the head, legs a little bit wider than the hips, and we're just going to take a nice upper back extension here. So we're going to brush the nose forwards as we lift into our cervical thoracic extension and down. So we're focusing on this back work a little bit to start with today. I'm pressing a little bit down through my arms, but not too much. So it's kind of like a sit-up or a curl-up, but in reverse. Try not to let it go into that lower back, so feel the length of your tail towards your heels, like we did in the roll down. Reach the feet back along the mat, don't let the feet come off. Waking up the back body. A little bit of navel to spine, gentle connection. Good, on the last one, you're just gonna hold it there. So all I want you to do is keep the feet down, find that back extension, press a little bit down through the arms, trying to get a little bit more extension, and then rest. Good, let's come to child's pose, just push yourself up. And we're gonna go into some lovely supine work now, some pelvic curls and some curl-ups. So gently restack the spine, take care from that back work, and then let's come around to find ourselves gently on our back. So sit about in the middle of your mat or a little bit forwards. Bring your feet to hip distance apart and parallel, reach the arms out in front and see if you can slowly, slowly roll down through the spine. Bring the feet in a little bit closer so they are just about a foot's distance away from your pelvis. And really line everything up here. We're going to start with the arms back alongside the ears and create a little sense of opposition as we go into our pelvic curl. So we're going to press the lower back gently into the mat as we peel the bottom up. As you do that, the arms will reach to the sky and then they'll reach all the way down by your side. And then we reverse it, so we roll down as the arms reach back, bone by bone. Good, and again, such a lovely exercise to do to start the day. Energizing the hamstrings and opening up your hips, hip flexors. Good. Feeling the heat in the studio today. Finally getting some nice summery weather here, but I'm definitely getting a little sweat on. Good. And then we're going to come all the way up. We're going to hold it there for a moment. Now I just want you to check in with your pelvis. Is it stable? And just let your right knee open to the side. So it's like a little knee opening, knee drop, and then back to the center. Or back in line rather, and then let the left knee open. So we're just going to alternate here. So you're just letting the foot roll onto the edge, but try and keep the hips level. So we don't want one hip to drop. This is really great for the back, really great for hips to find that stability there. Really got to use those glutes. One more on each side. Feeling that connection through the front of the body. And then on the last one, we roll down again as the arms reach all the way back by your ears. We're going to interlink the hands behind the head or just place one hand on top of the other. Bring the legs to your tabletop position for a little curl up sequence here. So nod your chin towards your chest and you're going to stay. So keep a little plum space between the chin and the chest as we take our single leg stretches here. So we just exhale, reach, inhale back. Exhale, reach, inhale back. So you're just going to alternate. If you can, keep the curl up, but if it's too much, you can always bring the head back down to the mat. So you can just repeat here. Just as challenging, working in a slightly different way, so without that flexion. So if you don't want to flex the upper body, just stay here or into that gentle flexion. And you really want to feel this up and over. The breastbone pulls back. Working hard. Well done. Now we're going to add an oblique twist. So as the left leg stretches, gently twist towards the right thigh and center. Gently twist towards the left. So it's not a big rotation. You're just looking to that thigh. Don't be tempted to go too far. Calm and controlled. One more to each side. And then rest down. Bring the knees in. Let's take some double knee circles. So allow your lower back to massage as you circle the knees around. And then back the other way. And I'm going to do a little gentle rolling up, or more sort of modified rolling like a ball, or a modified roll up into a little teaser at the top. So let's bring our legs to hip distance apart and parallel with the hands behind the backs of the thighs. We're going to curl up, head, neck, chest, and then allow the low back to press down. So you create like a little cat shape. You're going to rock up slowly. Then from there, you're going to bring your legs together. You're going to see if you can stretch them out on that diagonal. Maybe you keep holding on, or maybe your arms will reach in line with your legs. Lift the chest, and then hold back on. Bend the knees, and gently roll back. Let's keep the legs together this time. Just 2 or 3 more. So take your time. I want you to go as slow as you can. As you rock up, the legs will stretch out on that diagonal line. Maybe the arms will reach up parallel to the legs. The chest will lift. Hold back on and roll it down. Good, nice and slow. Breathing out. Stretch and reach. Good, find that beautiful shape and bring it back. Let's do it one more time. Calm and controlled, guys, even as it gets challenging here. The legs reach on that diagonal. Maybe the arms lift on that diagonal. Now, a little extra challenge. You're going to do tiny little flutter kicks with the legs just for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs back together and have a nice hug in. Good. Ooh, you can feel that sometimes in those hips. Let's just take a lovely long frog after that, because like I said, you might feel that one a little bit in the hips. Let's take a passive spine stretch forwards just to ease out of it. And we've got one more flowing section to do, and then your practice for today is done. Really good work. Good. So let's gently bring ourselves around to a plank position. So if you're ready, if you feel nice and warm and powered up, you're going to come to all fours and step your feet back into that front supported plank position, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, heels pressing back, feeling that fire. Good. From here, we're going to do a slow right knee in. Good. Then we're going to bring the right knee across towards the left elbow. We're going to bring it back to the center and step it back. Nice and slow. Left knee comes in, left knee goes across towards the right elbow, back to the center and step it back. We're going to add on. Right knee comes in, right knee goes towards the left elbow. It comes back and then the foot comes forwards towards the elbow and you bring the leg down. Little rest. Take the left leg back as you come into a little pigeon pose, pigeon style stretch. So bring the elbows down. Breathe there. Release the shoulders. That's my, if you can hear that, that's my son, Sebi, in the background. Just chatting away. Good. And then bring the hands back up and see if you can come back through that kind of mountain climber back to plank. So you lift the back knee up, lift the leg up, back to parallel and take it back. Really tough, okay? It's a tough one. Slow and steady, left knee comes in. Left knee goes across, bring it center, then foot goes across, foot comes down, knee comes down. You're finding that pigeon pose. Elbows come down, you breathe. Doing really well. Really powering up the core, stretching into the hips, melting into it. So slow and steady, we come back up onto the hands. We're going to see if we can tuck the back toes under, lift the knee, see if we can bring the leg up without lifting the hips too high, bring it back to parallel and then step it back. Good, bring the knees down, have a rest and release. Good. We're going to add one more thing on, so we're just going to flow through that a bit quicker this time. One more thing onto that flow. So back to plank. Good. Right knee comes in. Right knee goes across. Right knee back. Foot goes across. Whole leg gently comes down. Find that pigeon for a moment. Breathe. Now, nice and gently, you're going to swing onto the right hip. Left leg is going to come all the way around towards the front. And you're going to find this little sort of half frog, can't think what I would call this, but yeah, this position here. We're going to reach up and we're going to gently stretch forwards over that front leg. Just let the hands be down either side of the shin, release the hips. Restack the spine. The arms will come up and they're going to circle behind your back to open your chest. You can stay here or you're going to parallel that right leg. Press into the feet as you reach the hips up for a little modified back support leg pull prep. Long neck. Good. So we're going to come down. Well done. You're going to open that knee, swing on and see if you can bring that leg all the way back behind you into that modified pigeon. Lift the back knee up, lift the front leg up, parallel, Bring it back, other side. Left knee comes in. Left knee goes across to right elbow. Center, foot goes across, hips come down. Breathe. You're there for just a moment. Then you're gonna come onto this left hip. This right leg's gonna swing around to the front, and we come into this little half frog. Arms reach up till we melt down over the front shin and release the back. Keep the breath flowing. When you're ready, you restack. Arms will do a big circle like you're bursting through a balloon all the way up to the sky. Palms will come back, you can stay here, or you're gonna parallel that left knee, press into the feet as you bridge the hips evenly into that back support, opening the chest and shoulders. Good, you're gonna flow it down. We're gonna reverse it, so we open that knee, little rock onto the hips, the pelvis as you come around back to the pigeon, tuck the toes under, last lift, back to that plank, and then into a downward facing dog. Well done. Nice little sequence there, flowing through, breathe. Send the sit bones high, 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 and then gently bring the knees to the mat. Find a nearly an upright position. Bring your right arm up alongside your ear and take a side bend towards the left. I'll face you guys. And up. And just alternate, just start to calm your energy. And lift tall. Out of your hips, out of your waist. One more to each side. Find that grounding through the feet and that lightness and airiness through the rest of your body. And gently sit back on your heels. Take a moment to breathe, collect yourself, and you are all done for your practice today. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope there was some new fun things thrown in there. I hope you're feeling energized and ready for the day ahead. Let me know how you got on in the comments below, and don't forget to head on over to our LMP Virtual Studio to find lots more challenges and routines and lovely flows for you to practice. I'll see you soon. Bye guys.